Okay, today we have an Okamoto 1224DX. This is a 3-axis automatic, 12 by 24, currently wired for 230 volts, 3-phase. We have a coolant tank here with a magnetic separator. And this machine uses a 14-inch diameter grinding wheel with a 5-inch bore. So we're going to go ahead and start the hydraulic pump, which is mounted on the inside of the machine. The hydraulics are in the base, in the oil. Well, there's no extra tank. Start the spindle. The controls are down here for your table speed and your crossfeed amount. I want to start the table, hit that switch there. Notice that the saddle is also moving out or moving in. It's in the surface grinding mode. We have our 2 dogs up here for the table stroke and 2 dogs over here for your saddle. You want to stop the table, hit the stop button. It's got a mode selector here. If I want to go wrap it with the wheel, I can wrap it up. I can wrap it down. I can go into my manual pulse generator. I can set this back to 0 so I know where I'm going. And you have your controls here for the hydraulic, your spindle, your coolant tank. You wrap it up and down. You have a jog. You have a mode, whether you're surface grinding or plunge grinding. Your table start. And then your programming buttons. You have your magnetic chuck here, has to be on. You have a variable speed for the chuck, so you can turn that all the way up if you like. And then in the edit mode, we could put a little cycle in here. Let's say 10 thousandths, 20 thousandths. We start the table going. We'll do a plunge grind first. I just shut the saddle off. Once I go into automatic, which is this same sector here, you'll see me feeding down 5/10 each time until I get to 0. You can increase this amount of down feed as you're sitting here just by turning this up or down. We still got 8 thousandths on the part. Now this is going to feed all the way down to 0 with just this 5/10 increment, which is probably a lot for grinding. You also have the option of having a fine feed. Now we're at 0. It's going to do a couple of spark out passes, whatever I had that set on there, and then it comes to a stop. Surface grinding, now your program has gone down to 0. You've got to manually retouch off your next part and figure out how much material you need to take off. And now we'll start a surface grinding program where we only feed when the saddle reverses. Well, we're starting with 2 thousandths on my part. This just takes a little longer. So now we've come down 5/10. With the 2 feeds, if you wanted to, you could have this now change the feed rate to be 1/10 each time it feeds down, or 2/10. Now we get to 0. It does a number of empty passes. The electrics of this machine are all mounted on the side in a nice electrical enclosure. The amount of this step that it's doing, you adjust here. The more you increase this, the larger the step gets. The more you close this down, the smaller the step gets. This lever here can speed up the table. or slow it down. Well, that's park. You have a hand wheel here, so you could work this saddle by hand. This is very easy to move for such a big saddle. You also have the longitudinal table that you could work by hand, and you could use your hand pulse generator just to do a quick small job. So that's the Okamoto 1224DX, a really nice grinder. This is original paint, cooling system, 220 volts. Thank you very much.